Hey, Bob here. So, you might have heard of the Jelly Epoch, 75% mechanical keyboard, popular for its unique sound profile. One of the main reasons how this board can produce the deep tones is because of a material called PE foam, placed between the switches and the PCB. This keyboard retails for around 400 USD, and that's for the base kit alone. So, for this video, I'll be trying my best to replicate the sound on the Warmir K66, a $68 acrylic keyboard. A small challenge is that I'm only allowed to use the parts that came with the keyboard, so that means no new switches, keycaps, or stabilizers. As mentioned in my last video, the stock stabilizers on the K66 are really bad, so I hope that they would turn out good. As you can see in this clip, the stabilizers have a very loose fit on the plate. This is going to be quite a pain in the ass later, as you'll see. Now, I'm taking apart the Gatoron yellows in preparation to loop them by splitting the tops, stems, springs, and housings into different cups. For the springs, I'll be bag looping them. This part was supposed to look kinda cool, but it turned out shit. Now, to mount the stabilizers, I'll be taking them apart and clipping the legs on the stems. I'll be Holee Modding these stabilizers. This process involves taking a cloth-like tape and applying it to the ramp of the stem to reduce wire rattle. Next, I lubed up the housings and wires and reassembled them. Alright, so in the beginning I showed how the stabilizers were really loose on the plate. To solve that, I'll be using the Band-Aid mod, which is basically applying layers of tape on where the stabilizers sit, which forms a tighter fit. Usually, you only apply the tape to the end of the stabilizer's cutout. However, these were so loose I had to apply tape on both ends. Also, I had to apply 6 layers of tape for a secure fit. For context, I usually only apply 2 to 3 layers. This just goes to show how loose they were. Finally, these two last mods will give the keyboard the more pronounced sound profile. First, I'll be applying the tape mod by Tempest, which is taping multiple layers of masking tape on the back of your PCB. The next mod is adding PE foam between the switches and the PCB. This is the mod that can be found in the Jelly Epoch. Once again, this part was supposed to look cool, but it turned out shit. So after finally reassembling everything, I was shocked at how good it turned out. It was getting really late, so I went to sleep. Here's a quick sound test. So this keyboard actually turned out a lot better than I was expecting. Although it didn't sound exactly like the Jelly Epoch, for $68 and a bit of modding, I'd say it was a success. A few things I would have done differently if I could change out the parts is changing out the stabilizers and the keycaps. Although I modded the stabilizers, some of them were still really scratchy and wires weren't perfect. I feel like if I got SA or XDA PBT keycaps on this board, it would sound a lot deeper and feel more premium in general. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot.